All right. What an absolute journey. I, I cannot believe that this is how this game ends. I would have never suspected it. I'm still confused as to who everyone is. Because at the end it seemed like the boy, he said, "Are you Zeus?" and then no answers, but then the cutscene started and the narrator said, "Hermes, Hermes this, Hermes that." I'm like, "Wait, did Hermes was the boy? Cuz I know Hermes is like the messenger god. So was Hermes the boy and then changed himself to Eurystheus and then went over to the I don't know. I don't know. But then stuff? Like, how do you describe what happened? Ulysses stabbed Calypso, who was suffocating him with quote-unquote love. And then the end cutscene is Homer telling a story, who has the same tattoos and looks as Eurystheus / Hermes, maybe? Like, what in the hell? And it actually is the save screen, which is the beginning of the game. Like, that's the intro scene menu, the menu screen. Holy crap, my mind is blown. I think there was 2 places where I had to look up the guide. And the first place I had to look up the guide was where I got stuck as a kid. Unbelievable. This is a horrible puzzle game. Like, the puzzles themselves are okay, and it's a interesting story, but there's no immersion to it. There's nothing reporting back to the player what you can and cannot do, what anything is. So it's just wild. It's just a wild guessing game sometimes. It's a little bit broken as well, with the island with the pigs. Like, I couldn't do that in the time allotted to you, and I just kind of like bugged out the game because I picked up the potion or the antidote from the 2nd floor, which you're not supposed to be doing. It's fully voiced as far as I can tell. I think they repeat voices, which is it's completely fine. There's like multiple solutions to some puzzles. So, like, again, the puzzles themselves aren't the problem. Oh, a big one was with the machine, where you have to create the drink, like the filter the drink and stuff. If you could just examine stuff, if you know what I mean, that it would tell you how to do this. Like, if you looked at the machine and said, "Oh, it looks like a pot could go here," or "It looks like something fits here," right? You don't need to say pot. And then once you put the pot in, be like, "Oh, I need to activate this so that I know when I'm facing the machine, it's not that side. I have to go around and pull the handle," right? Like, there's just these little things that would indicate to the player, "Hey, you need to do something here." This game does not have that. Holy crap. The graphics are what the graphics are. The pictures are pretty low resolution. But the environments are actually pretty nice, I would say. I like the set pieces. I enjoyed the characters. There's some confusing bits, especially when you get to the gods and they're like judging you. The story, man. This story just falls apart. It really does. It just feels like they got half the game done and said, "Okay, we're shipping in 2 weeks." And they're like, "All right, Okay, so you travel to the realms, the netherworld. You don't actually see Hades, but, you know, sure. And then you summon this guy, he gives you your crystals, you go up, you fight Poseidon in a text prompt, and then there's a cutscene, and that's the end of the game. Whoa, what? There's no actually meeting Ulysses, and like the first time you see him in game, it's actually, I think, what's his face, Mirops, like pretending to be him. So when I first saw this character standing in Poseidon's prison, I didn't even know who it was. But it's Ulysses. And so you see, that's the first time you see him, or what he looks like at least. And then the last time you see him is at the end of the cutscene. Like, you don't actually physically, like, you don't engage with it in game, you don't walk around, you don't talk to Calypso, nothing. It just ends with a little cutscene. I actually like the music. Some music is better than others. Like, I think this would be my favorite area. So, control-wise, it's an old, goofy game. Right? You move around with the arrow keys. Okay. And then you use the function keys. F1, F2, F3. And there's a pause for F4. That's it. Space and enter. Right? There's no real combat. Apparently there's like a morality system where you can choose based on certain actions that you take, but who would play this game again and be like, oh, I'm going to do things differently? Why? You got to the end. What do you want to do differently? You know? I don't know. Overall, I'm still very glad that I finished this. That I have the physical disc, the CD case, or the jewel case, or however you want to say it. And on the back it says Windows 98/95, Pentium 2, 233 megahertz processor, needing 64 megabytes of RAM, okay? And 3D accelerated card, strongly recommended, made in Canada, right? That's very interesting to me. And as much as I just dumped on this game, absolutely, it's gonna reside in my heart very fondly. I won't forget Horicius. Not anytime soon, that is. And hey, you do get transformed into a pig, which is hilarious. I thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.